Hello YouTube, this is Jenny here, a third year medical student, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my OB rotation. I started 2 weeks ago, and I just want to tell you how my experience went and what I would have done differently if I could do a restart. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying my coordinator sucks balls. She is the worst coordinator in the world. She doesn't do her job. Her only job is to set up our rotations, and she literally tells us like 3 days in advance and we're supposed to go. So when I found out my rotation is in Othello, which is about an hour and a half from Yakima according to Google Maps, I was fine with that. My only worry was that this is like a 95% Spanish speaking population and I barely speak English as it is. So I was a little worried about that. And then when I talked to the other guy who just finished his rotation here, he told me that he did not get to catch one baby and all he did was watch, and the doctor didn't let him do anything. And so I read that email and I started freaking out. And we were in didactics that day, and so I went up to the physician and told him, you know, like the situation. I told him, so this so-and-so said that he didn't get to do anything, and what ways do you suggest that I can get around that, because, you know, like I'm very interested in OB and I want to get that experience. And so he's like, oh, let's talk to the coordinator and see what your situation is like, because this is apparently a new site. We talked to her and she was just like, oh no, is that what he told you? He wasn't in a OBGYN rotation, he was doing family med, and that's why he didn't catch any babies. And no, he's totally wrong. Like, straight up lied, because she set up the test this morning, or that morning, for him to take an OBGYN rotation. Why would he be in a family med rotation and take an OBGYN class? Like, that just doesn't make sense. And then she told me that I had a different physician that I was shadowing, which was also a straight up lie. Like, oh my god, I don't understand why people have to lie and just not man up about it. But I was just so frustrated. I started crying and I couldn't say anything to her, and like it was just one of those things that I couldn't control, and I was just so passionate about, like, this is something that I actually want to do, and so I was just scared and nervous and of maybe not being able to do it. It's not that she lies also, it's that she puts us in a bad position. Like, I know other students who she screwed over and said, oh, you need to do this, but she said it so last minute, like, you need to call the clinic to tell them that you're coming in at this time, and she calls them so last minute that by the time they get her voicemail, the clinic is already closed, and it's closed all weekend, and they can't call, and then now we look like the bad person. So how is that fair? Okay. So anyways, I suck it up and I go to Othello, and the first thing that happens when I get into this apartment that they give me is, you know, it's nice and like it's fully furnished, and I go into the bathroom and there is hair, like man hair, all over the vanity, the dual vanity, both of them, beard hair, and I obviously have nothing going on. And then I walk over to the shower and there's like clumps of pubes, and if you follow me on Snapchat, you probably saw it, but it was like little things growing. Oh my god, it was the worst. And I was just like, okay, whatever, this is gross. Yeah, that's my apartment. And then the first day of my OB rotation, my preceptor is not, he's Asian, and so I'm just like, all right, so he's gonna have a translator when he's in the room. Wrong. He's had 18 years of experience, and so he's always worked in Othello, and so he knows like Spanish, and I'm in there like the patients would be speaking, and then the nurse would start to translate, and he's like, oh no, I got it, and he would speak to them in Spanish, and I'm standing there like trying to just, the only thing I know is dolor, pain, aquí, dolor, and that's all I know. And I just try to decipher sign languages that they do, you know. But it's a horrible way to learn, especially when you don't understand what people are saying, and I'm trying to pick it up as fast as I can, but it's very difficult to try to learn a new language in 2 weeks. Other than that, I haven't been able to do any hands-on stuff besides pap smears and breast exams by manuals and tying knots, cutting strings in C-sections. And that's kind of sad. I'm pretty disappointed. I talked to the physician on Monday, a few days or a week ago, and he said, oh yeah, sure, you could be more hands-on, but ever since then nothing's really happened. And another disappointment of mine in this rotation is that these physicians get compensated for the amount of patients they see and not technically the quality of care. And so every clinic day is 30 to 40 patients, 15-minute intervals. From, you know, last Tuesday I came in at 9 a.m. I didn't leave till 8 p.m. and literally every single 15-minute slot was filled. And then there's an hour-and-a-half lunch. But like, it's just so fast-paced, and you don't even touch most of your patients, and so I can never imagine working in a practice like that, but that's just my personal preference. With OMT, I just came to the point where I just jumped in. I'm just like, oh hey, I know some techniques that can help you with bowel movements, with your back pain, you know, and I look at him and he's just like, oh yeah, go ahead, you know. And at this point I'm just like, oh man, it's better just to ask for forgiveness than permission, because I'm so sick of it. And this girl came in with really bad nausea and vomiting. I did a suboccipital release on her, and she said it worked and she felt so much better. And he looked at me and he's just like, oh, good job. And I got him a new client. So he was probably happy about that. And that's it for my rant. I hope things turn around. I'm very optimistic. These are some tips that I wish I would have gotten before I started my rotation. What I did before my rotation was listen to, did all the worksheets for the DIT crash course, all the OBGYN ones. And it was good to an extent, but it wasn't enough. They left out a lot of things, and so I suggest that things that you want to do, say like you want to catch babies. So before the rotation I would study up on things that I would want to do. Say I want to do a vaginal delivery, I would learn all the things I need to know about a vaginal delivery, like cervical dilations, presentation, like how the fetus comes out or how the baby comes out, cardinal movement, things like that, and what things are you looking for, what things are you worried about, and like after the vaginal delivery, what things are you looking for in the mom or in the baby, you know. And if you want to do like assist in repairing episiotomies and things like that, learn how to two-hand tie, because you know that thing that they teach you during your suture clinics, wrap tie, wrap tie, they don't do that. They use the two-hand method where it's like crossover, thumb, okay, I'll put a link down below to refresh your memory, but I would highly suggest learning that, because when they give you the two strings, you're just gonna be like, you know, so I want to look like deer in headlights. Other than that, I would use This, so there's an OBGYN rotation section, and it's not that long, so I feel like if you studied a few days before, you just skim through it. What I'm using to study on this rotation is this blueprint for, you know, like, the shit is gold because look, it's all highlighted, you know. So I love this book. Those are the two things I use, and also along with Kaplan questions, and that's it. My second tip is eat clean, be healthy, try to work out once in a while, because your butthole will thank you. Like, there's no other way of saying it. Like, your body needs rest, and take a shower, because when you're on call, you don't know when you'll have that time to do so. So once you have the time, like, do it. I recently got these again. I know they've been out forever, and I used to, but these Listerine, I like to carry it around and have them after lunch or whatever, but it's nice because it dissolves quickly and your breath smells nice. Also, you don't know when you're going to eat, so bring protein bars. I like this one from Costco. It tastes really good and it keeps me full. Other than that, yeah. So that's all I got for today. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel for new videos. Alright, I'll see you later.